Now, I'm going to define it for you, but I'm going to start by saying what it is not. Okay? Shopper marketing is not this. Does that sound odd? Shopper marketing is not promotions, is not displays, is not price cuts, is not really exciting in-store media. Is that right? Shopper marketing is really not those things? Well, who was our friend in the advertising agency? Ah, here, Saatchi. Yeah? Are you in advertising or marketing? Okay. So which P does advertising support in marketing? It's supposed to be all P's, but where does it really focus? How much work do you do on price? And product? It's promotion, yeah. And when you're doing advertising, do you decide how the brand is going to be targeted? You do? Really? Not much, no. Your client should decide that for you. They say, look, I've got a target that I want to reach. This is where the brand is positioned. Yeah? These are the objectives that we're setting. Come and give me an advertising solution that is going to deliver that message. We wouldn't argue that advertising is marketing, would we? We would argue that advertising is part of the marketing mix. So to suggest that this is marketing is equally flawed. This is communication at the point of purchase. This is advertising at the point of purchase. This is promotions at the point of purchase. This is part of the in-store mix that we bring to shoppers in order to create a different behavior. But the process of marketing to somebody is not just the communication. The process of marketing to somebody is understanding who's important to you, what those opportunities are, defining what your objectives are, fitting together activities that are going to help you achieve those objectives, executing them, and reviewing them. It is not the process of executing activity alone. And this is really important because it's this stuff that your advertising agencies are getting really excited about. It's this stuff that your advertising agencies are telling you is growing 21% every single year. What they're saying is that money is flowing into retail at an enormous rate. We're going to badge it shopper marketing, and we're going to set up a team internally to do this, but we're going to look at this just like another media track. If you do that, if you jump onto that bandwagon thinking that shopper marketing of this sort is going to change your world, be very careful. Because the reason why this expenditure is exploding is twofold. Everybody knows that it's hard to get a message across. So of course we want to put messages into store where people are going to be open. But the retail teams also know that you want to get those messages across. So they're creating demand and pull for it. You want to reach 50,000 shoppers this weekend? Come and put an end cap up in my store. I can guarantee you that they're going to see it. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a perfectly transparent exchange. But the returns from retail investment are not necessarily equitable. I'm going to show you a slide in a second. I'm not going to ask the guys from CPL, because you'll know the answer, I hope. For those of you in manufacturing, what percentage of the promotional expenditure that you make delivers a positive return for you and for the retailer? How many of you are in manufacturing? Please put your hands up. Come on, there were more of you than that. Hands up, please. Who's in manufacturing? Hands up. Look at this, a guy in DKSH, I'm sure, counts as being in manufacturing. No? No? Do you make investments in store on behalf of your principals? You do, yeah? What percentage of that investment do you think pays back for your principal and for the retailer? Maybe 10%. Anybody disagree with that? 10% of retail expenditure pays back for the retailer and for the manufacturer? What do you think at CP? For both sides. What percentage of the money that gets spent in 7-Eleven gives a positive return for you and your vendors? No idea. Does anybody know? Does anybody know accurately? Could anybody, hand on heart, say, I know exactly what the return on investment of my expenditure in store is? No, and we're happy to go ahead and spend 21% more as an industry every single year, but we don't know what it's returning. Yeah? Here's a shocking number for you. 700 promotions we tracked, just promotions, not all expenditure. 15%, so where's our friend? 15% is a win-win for manufacturer and retailer. Let's just think about that a second. The consumer goods industry, top 250 companies, turns over $2.9 trillion a year. We conservatively estimate that 8% of that figure is invested in retail. 8%. What's 8% of $2.9 trillion? Mike? At least $200 billion. So that is about 60 times the GDP of Mali, just to give you an idea. We spend that money every single year, and only 15% of it gives a mutual return. That's a lot of money. 60% of it delivers a loss to the manufacturer. Now, a retailer shouldn't care about that. That's not a problem. Tough. Yeah. That was your choice, not mine. But if you think about that for a little bit longer, and you start to think, well, look, hang about, this is money that's coming from other parts of the P&L. The industry's only grown by 7.5% or so, so the money has to come from somewhere else. It's coming from brand activation, yes, from cost savings and so on, but it's coming from advertising, it's coming from other parts of the marketing mix. It's not delivering a return. At some stage, somebody's going to say, whoa, stop. We can't continue to spend at this level and not have a return. So when people tell you that shopper marketing is about spending money in stores on media, you tell them that's not true. Shopper marketing is a way of ensuring that what we spend in store delivers a result.